Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay.
Well, we get really good at this, isn't it? Very soon, very soon, my voice in particular, speaking for myself, will sound so angelic that all the hellos.
I receive it from myself
Amen.
as well. You know what? Speaking of angelic voices,
Is it us you're looking for? Sorry.
speaking of angelic voices, our elder son has found his voice.
Yes, he's now singing everything with decorations on the end of it. You know, the whoa.
Every single thing he sings now. So he's like, "Mommy, can I please?" I'm like, "Okay."
Get a cup of water.
We're like,
okay. We
get
it. You can sing.
Okay,
We understand. Well done.
Get it. Well done.
God bless you. So now he leads praise and worship in the house. Oh yeah.
Sing. Worship master. Come on.
Chorista.
Psalmist.
I like that one. Psalmist.
Come on. Come.
Usher us into the presence of the Lord.
Usher us, please, I beg. So funny. He just started, on Sunday? Was it Sunday?
What happened? So basically, what happened was, what I think happened was...
Because he's always been able to hold a note.
Yeah, because he was mucking around with it, so we never really know if he's serious. But all I know is I went into Tesco's and I came back and this guy was singing.
Yeah, he was singing. And he was singing initially he was singing "That's How I Know Everything's Gonna Be," and he was just like, oh, and he was doing all of the acrobatics. And I was like, excuse me? What is this?
Do it again.
Do it again, my baby. Okay, preach now, baby. And then I recorded him because I was very proud.
And he went viral.
Yeah.
In your
inner circle.
In your group, the herbs.
I was like, I can sing, everybody. and then he started singing the Shalom song from David. I was like, wow. Then he sang what's it called? Yahweh.
Elohim. Yeah.
Anyways, he went viral amongst our inner circle because I was sending everybody. I was like, I can sing.
When you're a proud parent, isn't it? You're a proud parent. Everybody must hear
it. I recorded him, and then Matthias started to do it, and I was like, "You're an artist, my love.
You're a different type of artist. It's
of
okay.
Artist.
God has given us all different
gifts. Do you know what I mean?
This one is...
Yeah, God has given us all different gifts. You know, Matthias, he's a great artist. So sometimes he might be able to do a little prophetic art. So he'll draw something and then it happens. That stuff like that happens. We're like, oh, that's pretty cool. His art is so intricate. He's so talented.
Yeah. Like if he's in the mood, the thing with our youngest is that he has to be in the mood. If the air is right, the vibe is right, if he's eating okay, if he's hydrated, then whatever comes out of him, and it's pretty usually good.
Yeah, really, really good. Actually, very talented. Both. The thing is, they come from a creative family, so we don't expect anything less.
That's it, fam.
This week, we're in the midst of the 6 weeks holidays, and this is why, guys, these episodes are being delayed. I'm not blaming anybody, but I am respectfully blaming them.
Our kids. I blame our children because the way we be so run down by the end of the day is emotional.
It's so difficult.
These guys, do you know what is a parent rant?
Yeah, it's a little bit of rant because here's the thing, right? When they're at school, because we don't homeschool, when they're at school, we have the opportunity to record episodes. Yeah. So that's usually what we would do. We would record the episodes during the working day.
You may notice our backdrop. For some of you guys are watching, it's dark.
It's dark. So we are trying to find time at night to record when we're already tired. We've been dealing with them. We're dealing with clients. We're exhausted.
All these different type of children we're dealing with for
we're
the day.
Exhausted. And I fast myself to show them a project that I planned to do with them in the future. Not this week. in the future. The future being maybe next week, maybe, I don't know. I just felt like maybe at a point when I was well rested. I don't know when that was. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, for kids, the future means
Now.
this afternoon.
Yeah. So I showed them a project online. I was like, this is what we're going to do. I was going to be excited about it. It's like, Me personally, I wanted to do it for me. They were just going to be my assistants. But
That's what Blessed was saying. Yeah, listen.
But what has now transpired is they've gone ahead of me. They had the vision in their mind, very clear. And they've gone ahead and they've started this project.
So in the vein of starting this project, your nephews have thought they wanted to create the winter-themed home. So they found polystyrene.
I don't know where it is from. Where did they find
this?
it?
This is what's driving us mental the most. Is where did you find polystyrene to create snow? And as you know, those things get very messy. The minute you start crumbling up, everything goes everywhere. So our living room was like a winter wonderland. They're very messy.
But what I don't understand is, one, where did they find the polystyrene? And two, how did they get
the polystyrene?
We don't know. And by the way, respectfully, we say this because we love our kids and we're very proud of our children. Yeah. But they can make a mess. And they are always the ones that are getting the certificates at school for being the one to clean up.
Without being told.
Mind you, one of the things that they get, because we have a thing at home that we pay our kids for certain things. So if they get a merit, if they get certain things, they get a merit. If they get a merit, they get £1, right?
Yeah, the merit is like an accolade at school.
Yeah. So if somebody came to us and said, "Oh, your children or your son, he's really well behaved," or "You should be very proud," they get £1 because that means it teaches them about the understanding of public persona branding.
Yes, upholding the family brand.
Yeah.
Don't be a psychopath outside. Control yourself.
Don't be a psychopath anywhere. Yeah. But it's just that. So, you got a compliment. I had a moment to be a proud mum. Here's £1.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's basically what we do. Okay?
They've got the public persona thing on lock.
Perfect.
They are draining us.
Honestly.
They're draining our bank account.
They get paid a lot. In fact, so much so that they wanted to go to a fun fair, and we were like, "Oh, we don't really want to go to the fun fair because all these fun fairs are rubbish." Respectfully,
they've got 3 or 4 good rides, and the rest is just
rubbish
money to spend.
Then they said, "We don't mind. We will spend our own money." And I tell you, they had a lot.
They had a lot of money.
And they decided that they were gonna. This was all money in their piggy bank. They decided they were gonna just use it all
on this fun fair,
which was absolutely crap. But they loved it, so good for them. Whatever. We didn't get to spend that.
The fun fair don't hit like it's hit back in our day, but it was like
And then there was like this questionable music, and everyone's listening to it, and he's like,
"Yes, fun fair for you, man."
And I was like, "Fun fair." But anyways.
They know how to mess up a place.
They know how to mess up a place, but they don't know how to clean up a place.
Not in this house anyway.
Not in this house, because when
maybe
they're outside,
but
when they're here, for some strange reason, now all of a sudden,
where we're torturing them,
when we're telling them to clean up after themselves,
telling them to climb a mountain.
Sorry, guys, I know that this is so unlike us. Usually we're just.
Well, we are tired.
But we're so tired.
We are tired, and another thing is hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot. It's so hot.
Oh.
So we are hot. We are dealing with these guys. We are dealing with life. We are trying to record a podcast that makes us happy, but we are hot and we are bothered.
It's a lot. So we say all of this just to say you need to give us grace.
Yeah, man.
Some of these episodes during the 6 days, sometimes we by the grace of Almighty God, they will come on time.
They will come out on the Friday.
But if they don't, listen to another one.
That's right.
Listen to like a prior episode. I don't know. Some of our episodes are quite long. I'm pretty sure that you can break them up into 2.
Do you know what I mean? You can keep. We talk a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure right now we spent about 40 minutes talking. I don't even know. I'm just saying.
So maybe in case we don't have another one out in time, maybe we'll listen to half of this one now, and then
hold the other one to next week.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give you
Just
guys
give us grace. At least for the month of August, give us grace.
some grace.
When they go back to school, be back on our game.
We're back
because we have our schedule. We'll come in from the school run, have a cup of tea, have a bit of breakfast. Boom, crack the mics, have a nice conversation.
And we tend to
back
record on Wednesdays. That's the time. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. The fact is, we are recording it,
and that's by the grace, and we thank God.
We thank God.
So shall we get into this then? Genesis 12.
Yeah. I saw something else the other day I wanted to talk about, but I think I'll talk about it another time.
But remember, the new order is we read the word and then we have a conversation anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna. If I still feel like talking about it, it's just I was just so shocked by the actions I was seeing in the street from the youth of today. But
okay, well, you've already. What is it?
I dreamed we were in the car the other day, and I'm talking about it anyway. One boy had his arm around this girl's waist, and I was like,
Mike's becoming uncle.
But I was shocked. Do you know why I was shocked? Yeah. Okay, maybe call me old-fashioned, millennial, born in the late 80s. But
88.
Thank you. But when you are walking with your girlfriend and there was no ring on her finger, because I scanned, there was no ring.
He should have been facing front.
You should.
He's just because
when they were doing, but when they were bodacious,
officially married to the old uncle who's like.
No decorum, bruv. He's walking and his arms are proper around her waist, like her waist is the only waist he's ever had before. It was.
The way that Mike was so outraged, you'd think that they were doing public indecency.
It looked publicly indecent.
He was actually it was just, when you just look at young people.
It was like this. And he was walking around like with a hand on her waist. The average person. As he was walking, he too was walking.
Oh my God,
and they're just walking like this.
So
and I'm like,
the average person that's listening.
What if her dad was just driving by?
The average person that's listening to this right now is waiting for the pin to drop, waiting for something outrageous. But right now, this is all he's got.
It was outrageous. All I'm saying is, young people, have some element of decorum.
Do you know why?
She's not your wifey. Don't touch, man. Treat her with dignity.
In Mike's defense, he's been listening to a lot of Regency books with me.
You think I'll be influenced by the Regency?
So he's been listening to a lot of Regency books with me. And, with the Regency books, you have to have a chaperone.
Do you know what? I agree with it.
With the Regency books, even the slight bit of indecency leads to forced marriage. Yeah. Sometimes they might do entrapment. Entrapment might be entrapment in the Regency books might be they're caught kissing. If somebody sees you kissing, by default, you've defiled this person, and now you have to marry them. I should have got out of the car and officiated the marriage. If you're so funny,
that's what I should have done.
If it's been seen that if there's any evidence that you've kissed even once, there's an assumption that an engagement is going to follow quite quickly.
Because even the kiss is outrageous.
So back then in the Regency books, that's literally how it is. So it's very very strict. If there are rumors that somebody has been indecent, then that would literally spread like wildfire and not be taken too kindly. In fact, it can lead to one being disowned by one's family if it doesn't lead to marriage. So it can get quite bad. So obviously Mike's been listening to all these Regency books with me, and he has now been heavily influenced. So when he was outraged, I think that in his mind, we were in the 1500s. And he was like, oh my gosh, what am I looking at?
There were two young kids. Can't be more than 20 years old. 18 at the very least.
The fact that he was said 20, you're thinking, when did you both of you get married?
18 to 20 was different though. It's different. There were different times, different situations.
By the way, 2026
was I
even wilder than it is.
When back in the day when we were dating?
Please don't ask silly questions.
Was I walking like with my hand on your hip like that in public?
Yes.
Huh? When and where?
Please.
In the public.
Yes. And you were even holding my hand.
I can hold you. I don't mind holding hands. Hand holding is innocent. It's pure. Was my hand on your waist, on your hips, as
You
you
know
were
what?
walking?
Yeah, guys. Let's put pin because this is actually this particular this particular one is actually really good. And because it can connect quite closely to what we
With
can
the
talk about
quorum.
with
Yeah.
the quorum. So we're gonna read Genesis 12.
It's true. You know what?
It's actually it's very closely connected.
It also gave me an opportunity to gather myself so I
Yes.
could actually explain the obscenity that I saw. Obscenity?
I don't even
The
know
ridiculousness that I
I don't
saw
even know what word you're trying to say.
of these kids just making. Anyways, I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're reading Genesis chapter 12, ICB version, for those of you who are following along.
International Children's Bible because we're all children of God.
And the simple English is simple. However, don't be limited to what we are reading. Whatever version of the Bible tickles your fancy, please.
And we did notice a mistake the other day when we were reading Exodus.
I think that was the Bible app there.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
I think the paper version is probably more accurate.
because,
than
yeah,
the- than the
it's
digital.
true, it's true.
It was just it was meant to say Egypt, and it said Israel.
Israel, yeah.
But when you read it, you're like, that doesn't sound right. That looks like definitely looks like Israel.
Because then we then cross-checked it in the actual boys' Bible because they were reading it and we were like,
What are you
then-
reading?
and
Don't
then-
you know how to read it?
and then they were like, it's Egypt. They were reading it.
What do you mean it's Egypt? What are you wearing your
And then we
glasses?
checked.
Just to give you a disclaimer at the top of the episode, remember we told you that these guys have been putting us through the ringer. So there was slight irritation when we're seeing Israel and they're saying Egypt. What do you mean Israel? It says Egypt. No.
But to be fair, Egypt would have made sense in the sentence. So then we looked at their Bible and
We're like, sorry.
because they read it, they were reading it correctly. And we
They were
were
bare smug, like, We're like, sorry, okay then, fair enough, innit? Carry on reading. That was Misha. I was done. I'm still a little bit done, but tomorrow's a new day.
Okay, read.
All right. Okay. Genesis chapter 12. Let's go. Verse 1. Then the Lord said to Abraham, leave your country, your relatives, and your father's family. Go to the land I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make you famous, and you will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you. I will place a curse on those who harm you, and all the people on earth will be blessed through you. So he's still Abram at this point. So Abram left Haran as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. At this time, Abram was 75 years old. Abram took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and everything they owned. They took all the servants they had gotten in Haran. They set out from Haran, planning to go to the land of Canaan. In time, they arrived there. Verse 6. Abraham traveled through that land. He went as far as the great tree of Moreh at Shechem. The Canaanites were living in the land at that time. The Lord appeared to Abram. Need to keep it correct. To Abram. The Lord said, I will give this land to your descendants. So Abraham built an altar. Abram built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Then Abram traveled from Shechem to the mountain east of Bethel, and he set up his tent there. Bethel was to the west, and Ai was to the east. There Abraham built another altar to the Lord and worshipped him. After this, he traveled on towards southern Canaan. Verse 10. At this time, there was not much food in the land. So Abram went down to Egypt to live because there was so little food. Just before they arrived in Egypt, Abraham said to his wife Sarai, I know you're a very beautiful woman. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, oh, this woman is his wife. Then they will kill me, but let you live. Oh, I said the word. They will unalive me and let you live.
Get rid of me.
Yeah. They will, okay, I like you. They will get rid of me and let you live. At this point, I've already blocked it out, isn't it? Then tell them Tell them you're my sister. Then things will go well with me, and I may be allowed to live because of you." So Abram went into Egypt. The people of Egypt saw that Sarai was very beautiful. Some of the Egyptian officers saw her also. They told the king of Egypt how beautiful she was. They took her to the king's palace. The king was kind to Abram because he thought Abram was Sarai's brother. He gave Abram sheep, cattle, male and female donkeys. Abram was also given male and female servants and camels. But the Lord sent terrible diseases to the king and all the people in his house. This was because of Abram's wife Sarai. So the king sent for Abram. The king said, "What have you done to me? Why didn't you tell me Sarai was your wife? Why did you say she's my sister? I made her my wife. But now here is your wife. Take her and leave." Then the king commanded his men to make Abram leave Egypt. So Abram and his wife left with everything they owned. Scene.
So, historical background info. I'm the person that's supposed to be doing all of this stuff.
The research
person. Cool. So, Abram's fear was valid because back then Pharaoh had the power, obviously, and right to take foreigners' wives if he felt that they were beautiful.
Foreigners' wives?
Yeah, specifically. Ooh. If he felt that they were pretty and beautiful, whatever. And traditionally, he had gotten rid of the husbands because he thought that there would be an obstacle to his enjoyment. And basically, he found out about Sarai through his officers, like it says. And there was actually a poem that was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, actually. And the poem, let me read it to you.
So you're basically saying, one's enemy can be on a holiday, right? Mm-hmm. From their city or their country, they come to Egypt to see the scenes, to see the sights, see the scenes, or see the sights. Mm-hmm. And Pharaoh could be like, painting.
Yeah. And then they're just...
That's mine.
Yeah, that's mine. And then he could just add that person to his harem. Just a group of... Yeah. And the thing is and the Lord sent a plague... to protect Sarai. So that plague made it that Pharaoh couldn't actually do anything, if you know what I mean. That plague made it,
that plague affected...
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's why they were unable to have children, because they were unable to...
Oh, we'll think about this one in the next chapter, isn't it?
Oh. So this is what was sent to Pharaoh by one of his officers, a poem. How fine is the hair of her head? How lovely are her eyes? How desirable, this is the Dead Sea Scrolls, how desirable her nose and all the radiance of her face. How beautiful are her breasts and how white all her skin. How fine are her arms and her hands, how perfect. No virgin or bride entering the bridal chamber is more beautiful than she. Above all women, her beauty is supreme. So that was the poem that was sent to the Pharaoh by one of his officers, basically. It was a praise, and they felt that she had physical perfection.
I mean, let's be honest, at 75, she was at least 75, right? I think there's like a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
In her 60s, she was still very, very, delicious looking.
Delicious looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically it. So his fear, so Abraham's fear was valid, basically, because there was historical evidence that that's what Pharaoh had done, and if Abraham didn't say that Sarai was his sister, then the likelihood is he would have been removed as an obstacle instead of enriched. because obviously he was
So
given
Pharaoh respected brothers,
yeah,
and then
he
didn't respect husbands.
yeah. So he gave Abram all of that as somewhat of a dowry, like say here you go.
Okay.
So he gave him all the sheep and all of that like a dowry, like here you go for
And
your
sheep
sister.
back then was worth money,
Yeah.
despite there was no food in the land, but Pharaoh still had property to give.
Yeah, and also from some of the stuff that I read with Abram creating an altar when he had to move, that was a way of him saying, this land where they traditionally worship idols, I hand it over to you, Lord. I give it to you. So the moment he enters that land, he dedicates it to the Lord
By creating an altar.
Yeah.
And now, post Jesus' arrival, we're all walking altars, so we give ourselves.
Yeah. That's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's deep, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't see that.
The Holy Spirit just downloaded that one.
That was really cool. Okay, so let's look at the Hebrew words. So in Genesis 12:1, there's a word lecha. Yeah, it says go to yourself or go for yourself. So basically, the rabbis believed that it meant go for your own benefit. So typical commentary is God commands Abram to leave everything that provides ancient security, his land, so geography, his relatives, society, his father's house, inheritance, and economy. The redundancy in the Hebrew lech means go. Lecha, to or for you, implies an inward spiritual journey just as much as a physical migration. So like I said, the rabbis believed that the go for your own that lechem means go for your own benefit. So then we've got here the veniv rekuveka. Look, guys, I can spell it out to you.
You know the deal by now, guys.
My gosh. So the first one, if you want to look it up, the Hebrew spelling is Lecha, the lecha, the go for yourself. And then this one here, venev rakuveka. That's spelled VE''NIVREKHU, new word, V''KHA. The meaning is, this is Genesis 12:3, by the way, and they will be blessed through you.
And all the people on earth will be blessed through you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The covenant with Abram is not for exclusive privilege. It is instrumental. God promises to bless Abram so that Abram can act as a conduit of blessing to all peoples on earth. Amen. This establishes the biblical theology that God's election of Israel was ultimately for the salvation and restoration of the entire globe. And the reason why, because I read this, something in the Jubilees as well, they believed that because you had the Babel, the Tower of Babel, and then straight after you could go straight into Abraham, and they felt that, and it's believed that was on purpose to kind of identify, the transition. So it's like, okay, so we've started afresh, and now the Lord has elected a person to basically represent everyone. And something in the Jubilees, I'm not sure about this is a question mark, I'm not sure, but something in the Jubilees says that Abram, so at that point, remember in Babel, it changed, everyone had like new words, new language was kind of introduced. Apparently, prior to the languages being introduced, this is apparently, not sure, but apparently it's just in the Jubilee, so that's why it's apparently it was thought that the original language was Hebrew, which is a question mark. So then the Lord then gives Abraham the ability to speak Hebrew, introducing.
What was he speaking before?
Is it? I can read, I can go back into that note, but for me, when I was reading it, that's why I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to read this completely because it's a little bit, it's a little bit,
It's not entirely sure.
Not really sure, not sure about that. But this is in the Jubilees, so it's like question mark.
Also, there's lots of question marks around the Jubilees anyway.
Yeah.
That's why it's not in the canonization in the canon of the Bible, anyways.
Yeah, so that's why I said question mark. But yeah, so Genesis 12:3, the covenant with Abram is not for. I think I already read it. Restoration of the entire globe. Cool. So now, this word is spelled. This is for Genesis 12:6. Alon Moreh. I think I did okay with that.
That's a good one.
And the pronunciation, the spelling is ALONMOREH. And the literal meaning is the oak of the teacher, or terror beneath of the oracle. I understand that.
Okay, 12:6. Abram traveled through that land.
This is Genesis 12:6, yeah.
12:6, yeah. Abram traveled through that land. He went as far as the great tree of Moreh
Okay, yeah.
at Shechem. The Canaanites were living in that land at the time. So it's that Moreh.
Okay.
Went to the great tree of the oracle.
Okay, yeah. So when Abram finally arrives in Canaan, he stops at Shechem at the oak of Moreh. This was almost certainly a well-known Canaanite cultic site where pagan priests or seers received oracles from their gods under a massive ancient tree. Abram immediately builds an altar, this is what I was talking about, to Yahweh there, effectively planting a spiritual flag and claiming the center of Canaanite religion for the true God.
That's interesting, because God appears to him at that spot as well, isn't it? So verse 7 says, the Lord appeared to Abraham. The Lord said, I will give you this land. I'll give this land to your descendants. So Abram built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Then Abram traveled from Shechem to the mountain of East Bethel.
An interesting fact or historical context, in the arid or sun-baked Levant, massive ancient trees like the terebinth or oak were incredibly important. They served as physical landmarks, economic gathering points for trade, and shaded shrines. By building his altar here, Abram isn't just making a private prayer spot. He is making a highly public geopolitical declaration of Yahweh's authority in the land.
That's brave.
Very brave. And then now we've got Genesis 12:10. The word kaved. Let me spell it first. Kaved. New word HARA''AV. So that's pronounced kaved hara av. I've tried. Yeah. The literal meaning is the famine was heavy.
At this time, there was not much food in the land. So Abram went down to Egypt to live there because there was so little food, or the famine was gone. It was heavy.
Yeah, gone. So typical commentary, immediately after God promises this lush land to Abram, the land tries to starve him to kaved. Oh gosh, this is a recurring motive in the biblical text. Later, Pharaoh will have a heavy heart. This is Abram's first great test of faith. Will he trust God's promise when the reality on the ground contradicts it? Ultimately, he flees to Egypt for survival.
Fascinating.
Historical fact. Interesting historical context. Egypt was the breadbasket of the ancient world. While Canaan relied entirely on unpredictable seasonal rainfall, making it highly susceptible to droughts, Egypt relied on the annual predictable flooding of the Nile River. Archaeological records such as the tomb of Kenohotep II actually show paintings of nomadic Asiatic people from Canaan migrating down into Egypt with their livestock specifically to survive famines, exactly as Abram did.
So they were used to receiving refugees.
People, yeah.
And as a result, they'll take them as rubbish.
Quite interesting.
It's going fast, man.
This is also really interesting because you look at the state of Egypt today.
It's not the same,
It's
is
not
it?
the same because it used to be a great place,
Like
right?
a proper superpower.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I wonder what, to be frank, they
I
did save a
mean,
lot of pagan like idols.
what happened to it? God happened to it.
Yeah.
We're just reading Exodus with the boys and reading Exodus and how that's very very interesting as well. As we're reading it on this side, it's okay. Quick digression. So basically, when we was reading it, and there's always there's a scripture that says, God made Pharaoh stubborn, or God made Pharaoh's heart heavy, and I just thought, well, Lord, that doesn't really sound like you. That's me and my personal conversation with God, right? Because it's like, well, he was going to lose anyway. If you already made his heart heavy, if you make his heart heavy, he's going to lose, right? So I got into my research, and what I found was the translation from the original Hebrew into the English, or the English at the time, kind of didn't translate the word properly, and it was along the lines of God not making his heart heavy, but basically, so as we saw in a couple episodes ago, the writers of Genesis, or the writer of Genesis, likes to troll a bit. So, they like to throw little digs and indirects here. You think you're this, but you're actually really that. Or your building was so big that God had to come down from his high place just to see what this little tiny thing was. So it was kind of that in the sense of it was kind of like taking the mick out of the Egyptian culture of when when they unalive, their hearts.
There's no point. We're just gonna have to accept it that this episode, because we've read how many things now that already has it.
I'll iron it.
Really?
I will just iron it.
That's gonna be tedious.
I'll iron it. I'll pay it like 4x speed. But it was playing on the fact that when the Egyptians go, their hearts are weighed on the scale in their culture, right?
Yeah.
And it's the heart and a feather.
Yeah.
And if your heart was lighter than the feather, then you're gonna go to whatever place they call paradise.
Yeah.
However, if your heart was heavier than the feather, then a monster comes and gobbles you up.
Yeah.
So it was kind of playing to that. So it wasn't that God made him stubborn. It was
His pride.
he was already stubborn. God just allowed him to be stubborn.
Yeah.
And then when it got to the point where I think halfway through the plagues, it was like, okay, he was like, well, your God can't do nothing to me, paraphrasing,
They also thought, sorry to interrupt you, Pharaohs also believed that they were gods.
They were gods as well. No God is more powerful than me. So God was like, cool. In that case, what I'm going to help you do, this is where God comes in. It was like, I'm going to give you the mental fortitude to carry on your nonsense and get to the point where you actually can't turn back because you really dug your heels in. And do you know what? There's a particular word. There was a word. Where's my Gemini? There was a word. And I was really fascinated. I was really fascinated. I tried to read this to the boys, and the boys were like, blink, blink. What does that mean?
It was too advanced for them.
It was too advanced.
I think what we can do to try to break it down to them, because this is we've been creating worksheets for them to try to kind of really understand the Bible, and what we can do is try to break it down to them in a form of comprehension.
True. Give some comprehension sheets.
Yeah.
So there's a particular word. Okay, so there was the whole idea of okay, 3 Hebrew words used. So basically, the Bible repeatedly says, obviously, God hardened Pharaoh's heart. But in Hebrew, there are 3 different words kind of used. They're kind of verbs that are used to kind of paint this picture, right? So the first heart is to make heavy. The first word was to make heavy. That's kaved, which you kind of dropped as well, isn't it? Heavy. That literally means heavy, or in this case, in terms of Pharaoh, it means insensitive. And obviously in Near Eastern culture, a heavy heart meant a heart weighed down by guilt or pride or stubbornness, which Pharaoh was already naturally stubborn. So, Pharaoh makes his own heart heavy in terms of the Eastern culture because he had pride, like, I am Pharaoh, and, Then the second word was kasha, right? And that's to make stiff or to make severe. And basically what that meant was like he was standing, he was
10 toes.
Who's standing? This is where 10 toes down comes from. He was standing 10 toes, digging. The actual term is digging heels, digging your heels in, saying, "Nah, this is what I'm doing. I'm staying on this thing." And God was like, "Cool, stay in it then." Then the third one, Kajar, is when God strengthened him. It was like, "Cool. So you want to do this? I'm going to give you extra vim. I'm going to actually give you extra vim to carry on what you're doing, because at this point, Pharaoh kind of knows like I'm a bit too deep. It's a bit, I might kind of mess the things up. I might as well just, bow down to this God, but I don't want to." So God is like, "Cool, I'm going to give you strong courage." And the word here is Kazak. And that same Kazak was the same Kazak of that God told Joshua when Joshua carried people over to the promised land.
Be bold and
be strong, be courageous. So God gave him Joshua strength to be strong and courageous. This is the same Joshua that spoke to the sun to chill in the sky. So imagine God giving Pharaoh that sort of power to
be stubborn.
To be stubborn. So yeah, I thought that was fascinating. So it made me realize that actually, okay, God basically gave Pharaoh over to his own desires. And I think in Romans somewhere there's a scripture where Paul's like, well, these people were so, paraphrasing, where people were so into their sin that God gave them over to whatever they wanted. And we know as human beings, whatever we want, we know ultimately it's not good for us. That's why we should always desire what God wants for us. Because as human beings, sin just leads to destruction.
Yeah.
And that was Pharaoh's case. Yeah, so quick question. You just said Kaved and it reminded me of the Exodus. It was heavy. Heavy.
Okay. And Genesis 12:6. Have we done that? We haven't done that, isn't it? Alone, yeah.
The great tree.
Yeah. And yeah. And then now, so famine was heavy. Yeah. Kaved, Harav. Did I read the full thing? Typical commentary. Yeah. Immediately after, God promises this lush land to Abram. I've read it, isn't it? Ultimately, he flees to Egypt for survival. Mm-hmm. Interesting fact. Yeah.
Yep.
So we read that. So now the next word is Genesis 12:13. The word here is spelled ACHOTI, and the next word is AT, and that's achutiat. Look, I tried.
You are my sister.
And it's
Tell them that you are my sister.
You are my sister. So so the meaning is you are my sister. Abram instructs his wife Sarai to lie to the Egyptians, claiming she is only his sister, fearing they would squish him to take her. While it is technically a half truth, because Genesis 20:12, I can read that quickly for you.
Or Genesis 20:12.
Yeah, Genesis 20:12.
Oh, so we have to wait Genesis 20 till it reveals that his lie wasn't fully a lie.
Yeah, so Genesis 20:12 says here, "And it is true that she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but she is not the daughter of my mother."
She's a half sister.
Half sister. Yep.
So he technically didn't lie.
So yeah, it is functional deception designed to save his own skin by risking her purity, which is diabolical. It shows the patriarch in a deeply flawed, fearful state, proving that God's covenant relies on God's faithfulness, not Abraham's perfection. Oh, that's so deep.
Basically, God don't need you to be perfect because he knows you're not perfect.
And you know what, because I say this all the time, if God can say that David was a man after his own heart, let's not forget
that David
did some questionable things.
Very wild things.
Very, very wild things. Very, very wild things. And keep in mind that his generation was saved because his heart was... His lineage was saved because he had a heart for the Lord. Meanwhile, this guy was moving all types of crazy.
But he loved God, though.
But he loved God. So that means if God can love David, he can love you.
Also, if God promises you something, the promise is not reliant on you effectively keeping your end of the bargain.
This is kind of true, It's kind of true.
God like saying,
because regardless, God is going to make it happen.
Yeah, because
his word doesn't come
void.
The void. So it's like this child of mine. Like Mike and I, we always say that the angels around us are like,
they're doing it again.
They're doing it again. They're doing it again. Mind you, we are trying our best to live We're like, Lord, give us the ability to live a life that is pleasing to you.
Yes.
But sometimes you know that you look back and you're like, oh, why did I do that, man?
Someone cuts me off in traffic and that's it. For a second.
Oh my gosh. There's certain things, like, for example, when I'm online and then I read something and I get triggered and then the whole day is ruined because I'm just talking about this one thing. And Mike's like, who sent you though?
Why did you watch this thing?
Anyway.
I started hearing the audio, I'd be like, you need to turn that thing off. You turn that thing off.
Because he just knows I'm just going to be upset.
Mercy's already committed at that point.
It's just
We're trying.
We're trying. Oh, we're trying. We just thank God that it's not dependent on us being perfect.
Exactly.
There's grace, and we just thank God for His
when
grace.
someone doesn't trafficate, when someone doesn't indicate on the road.
Mind you, Mike didn't indicate the other day.
Again, it's not relying on my perfection.
Signal, bruv, signal.
It's not relying on my perfection, isn't it? Sometimes I am a human being, I'm a person.
Interesting fact, historical context. In ancient Harem, babe, how do I? Harem, thank you, society, where Abram originally came from, adopting a wife legally as a sister elevated her social status and provided special legal protections. Some scholars suggest Abram was trying to invoke this ancient legal custom to protect her. However, the Egyptian pharaoh would not have recognized harem law, making the move disastrous until God intervened. And keep in mind, God intervened bigly. Because don't explain where it comes from. Don't explain where it comes from. Only the right people will get it. Only the right people will get it. Don't explain.
I'm not trying to explain.
Don't explain.
It's just like this, I've never explained it.
I read in the Jubilees that it was 2 years of plagues. So just imagine Pharaoh, who had this.
So he didn't know nothing was happening for 2 years.
So just imagine he's got all these women. Keep in mind, he's snatching women from their husbands. So he's got a lot of people in his harem, right? If that's how it is pronounced or something like that, yeah. In his harem, yeah. He's got a whole lot of women in his harem. Meanwhile, he can't use his, because of the plague.
What kind of plague was it?
I think it was. I think it was a plague that made
everyone barren.
No, I think it was a plague that made him not be able to.
A plague of dysfunction.
Yeah.
In the detention area.
Yeah.
Is that a plague? Or that's a sickness, no?
I think it was.
Was it all the men in Israel that couldn't do anything?
I think it was all the men in him and all his men weren't able to do that. So because of that led to nobody being able to have children to conceive.
Fascinating.
But that's in the Jubilee, so we don't know. We don't know.
Take it with a pinch of pepper.
Pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the next word here is tizon. Okay, let me read it out for you. This is for Genesis 12:16, yeah? So it's spelled Tzon, new word, U apostrophe Bakar, new word, VA apostrophe CHAMORIM. I'm only spelling this out for you so that you can do your own research so it doesn't look like we're just talking rubbish, okay? So the phonetic pronunciation is Tizon Ubaka Vachamu Mo Reem. Look here, guys. The reason why I spell it out and I'm trying is so that you too can try yourself, so that you can be like, let's not throw stones in glass house.
Don't throw stones at my house.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we all know, unless you can speak Hebrew, we're all struggling to pronounce this.
And if you can speak Hebrew, teach us.
Teach us. If you can speak Hebrew, contact us specifically so that you can be the person to read this for us.
Exactly. We'll have you on the corner of the screen.
We'll have you on the corner here. We'll be like,
live feed.
You know, like how when you watch like those shows and then they have, so Sandra's going to be the person who's going to explain this news article. She'll be like, oh yeah, there's wind. So I'm coming to you from
the news anchors.
Yeah, the news anchors. I'm coming to you from wind. Yeah, you could be our person that we can rely on that pronounces the Hebrew perfectly. Yes. Until then,
don't throw your stones at my house.
Please, I beg. It's just we're trying our best.
Yes.
Anywho, Genesis 12:16. The literal meaning is sheep and cattle and male donkeys. and male and female servants, and female donkeys and camels. So
Sounds about right.
yeah.
The king was kind to Abram because he thought Abram was Sarai's brother. He gave Abram sheep, cattle, and male and female donkeys. Abram was given male and female servants and camels.
Typical commentary, because Pharaoh believes Sarai is an available sister. Sorry.
Available sister caught.
He pays Abram a massive royal mohar bride price dowry to take her into his harem. Abram becomes spectacularly just big time wealthy through his deception.
So
Interesting fact. Economic conversion. In the ancient world, livestock was the equivalent of modern capital assets, machinery and stock portfolios. Donkey and camels were the 18-wheelers and pickup trucks of the ancient trade route. A healthy camel was an immense capital investment. Sheep and cattle provided a continuous dividend of wool, milk, and meat. Because Pharaoh was paying a bride price fitting an absolute monarch, the sheer volume of livestock and servants granted to Abram was staggering. In today's money, outfitting a nomadic tribe with hundreds of commercial transport vehicles, camels, donkeys, and producing assets, cattle, would comfortably exceed $1.9 million. In modern agriculture...
Wait. So you're trying to tell me, this is very interesting. So Pharaoh just literally making this guy a millionaire.
He saw Sarai. Sarai was that beautiful.
He was like, 2 million. Take it or leave it.
In modern... Abram, take it! I receive it!
Go and tell them you're my sister.
Rubbish! I just know for a fact that you did that for the clip. Rubbish!
We're in on it. You know not going to happen to you.
I'm not in on anything.
You know not going to happen to you.
I ain't in on...
When you come out, we're going to have all this camel.
No.
The camels are basically Rolls Royces. We're going to have all this camel. We'll have all this sheep. And then we'll go.
Wow.
Ain't not going to happen to you. I promise nothing will happen to you.
You see how God has exposed
That's how
him.
Abram will be. Nothing will happen to you.
Wow.
Do you know what, yeah? And do you know what, yeah?
Wow.
As you're worrying, yeah? Do you know what, yeah?
No, I'm sorry, but my flappers have actually been bastards that you... Wow.
Let's deep it for a second.
So, babe, 17 years, I'm only worth 1.9 million to you.
I knew that's where you're going. You're thinking only 2 million. Only 2 million, bruv.
It is well.
How much is the price?
Nothing. No price. I'm supposed to be priceless. I'm supposed to be...
$20 billion.
Babe, please, you actually... In modern agricultural and commercial value...
Wait.
Oh
I wanted to say this.
Me so
Everybody knows I love my wife. She's priceless for sure. Take me. I'm joking.
He just said take... Wow.
Let me stop. But can you imagine what was that conversation like though? What was that conversation like? Sarai's like looking at him like you're looking at me now. And he's like, we're finna go to Egypt right now. You're a beautiful woman. You know how these Egyptians move. So this is the plan. It's either you go with him, we get this money, and none of us unalive.
Do you know what's interesting, right? Abram was not under any pretense that the king wasn't going to take Sarai that very night. He was just saving his own skin. He didn't care about Sarai.
You don't think so?
He did not care about her.
I think...
in fact, it's God that was watching. It was God that was watching and was like, I'm not going to let anything happen to my Sarai. So that's why he then made it that the king couldn't do anything.
Do you think, just to play Edge's Africa, do you think the situation at the time made it look like he didn't care? Because it was like, listen, we are going to unalive because we ain't had no food in our system, or we're just going to do this small thing. Nothing's going to happen to you. We need to go to Egypt. And because if his wife wasn't beautiful, it wouldn't be a problem, isn't it? But if his wife was beautiful, so unfortunately it was like, well, what are we going to do here?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I'm not saying anything other than the fact that he was saving his own skin. He wanted to make sure that she was safe, whether it was under Pharaoh or not, if you know what I mean. And he was safe, but he also knew that saying that she's his sister would also make him incredibly wealthy. He didn't assume that he was going to get 2 million for her, but he probably thought that he was going to get something, a little bit of something. So he saved his skin in the sense of he wasn't put out to hang like laundry, if you know what I mean, because Pharaoh saw him as an obstacle. He thought, I'm just going to do this, seeing as the Lord has sent us and he's protected us, I'm just going to rely on the Lord to keep us.
So he did care. So you're saying he did care.
No.
He just had faith that God was going to...
No.
Go on, run it back.
I believe that he trusted that God, he had already created an altar, right? He's thinking, if I create an altar, like, as Christians, we operate in faith, right? So if we have an altar to the Lord, like, for example, if the Lord sends us somewhere, and there's a couple things that we've personally experienced, we're not going to tell because the enemy is progress, but there's a couple things that we have personally been given as an assignment from the Lord. And because he's told us that we need to do it, every time we're meant to go to this particular place, without fail, because we've created somewhat of a covenant with the Lord, without fail, the Lord has made provision.
Yeah.
There's never been a time, so much so that we can boldly be like, oh, we're going to do this. Don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. And then literally on the same day when we're meant to be going to said place, because the Lord has sent us there, he has provided provision ahead.
Yeah.
So I think in this situation,
Even at the very last minute,
even on the same day, it will be the same day, and then all of a sudden there's provision. So what I'm saying is that I believe that because God specifically told Abram to leave and etc., even though the situation wasn't ideal, he thought, okay, well, it's either that I'm going to they're going to get rid of me, or I'm going to put something temporary in place, and God will most likely intervene, even if it means the last minute. Like how God has intervened so many times for us, even at the last minute. So he's going to say, she's my sister. It wasn't necessarily a lie because she was his half sister.
Yeah, he didn't lie.
So he didn't lie.
He didn't tell the whole truth, but he lied.
Yeah. So he thought, for now, I'm going to just save myself and save her, because she'll be under the safety of Pharaoh and his officers. When you're part of the harem, you're treated like royalty. They put the best garments on you. They protect you. They keep you. You're looked after. You have staff. Blah blah blah. So she's looked after. He's looked after. Everybody looked after. It's just that she would be technically his plaything, right? Concubine. However, the Lord didn't make that the case. The Lord didn't allow her to be used and abused, because he made sure that they were all basically eunuchs at this point.
Might as well be eunuchs, yeah?
Do you know what I mean? So God was like, not my Sarah, I've got plans for her. So I believe that Abram believed that even if it was the last minute, the Lord was going to intervene. He did save his ass, but he saved her ass too. But he was just trusting that even though it's the last minute, because then when we read further
with Isaac.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is, yes, it's generational. But when we read further,
no, I'm saying like when God told Abraham to give Isaac back to him.
Yeah.
He was like, oh well.
Yeah. He trusts that. But what I'm saying as well is that Pharaoh had the Lord gave Abraham the power to remove said plague. Because
so he had to
pray for them to remove the plague.
Yeah, that's next chapter, right?
But sorry, we're going ahead of ourselves. But yeah.
Don't do spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so then...
Okay, so you're saying, effectively, Abraham acted in faith.
I think it could have been him acting in faith.
Okay.
Trusting that God, even if it means the last minute...
Whatever decision I make here, God, you're going to fix
it. You can fix it because you told me to go. It's almost like there's been so many times when God has told us to go. And we're like, how? Where?
With what?
And then literally, we're like, today is the day you've told us to go, God.
But we can't go.
We can't. And then ping. He's like, okay. Sorry. So God.
Sorry
for doubting. But yeah, in modern agricultural and commercial value, Abraham walked into Egypt starving and walked out a millionaire warlord. Why warlord?
He had a big family, isn't it?
Warlord. I'm assuming he was given so many slaves and stuff. So maybe
he had a big army of people. Just for the record, I will not sell you. In no multiverse does that happen.
I'm going to pretend to believe you. I'm joking.
Okay.
Anyways, Genesis 12:17. Yeah. Now the word is spelled NEGA apostrophe IM. New word GEDOLIM. So Negaim Gedolim. Great plagues or severe strikes. So this is Genesis 12:17.
But the Lord sent terrible diseases on the king and all the people in his house. This was because of Abram's wife, Sarai.
God intervenes to protect Sarai by striking Pharaoh's household with terrible diseases. This event is a massive literary foreshadowing, a type for the rest of the Bible. What happens to Abram here is a preview of the Exodus that will happen to his descendants centuries later.
I see it.
Interesting fact, historical context. The pattern matches perfectly. Famine forces God's people into Egypt, Genesis 12, Genesis 46. Because Genesis 46,
they all come.
The Egyptians oppress or take captive a member of the family, Sarai, and the Israelite slaves.
That's poetic. Ooh.
God strikes the Pharaoh with Negim plagues. In fact, this exact root word, nega, this sounds a little bit correct, but
N-A-G-A, by the way. N-E-G-A.
Yeah, is used in Exodus 11:1 when God promises one final plague upon Egypt. That's interesting. Pharaoh begs them to leave, just like how he did with Exodus. God's people leave Egypt loaded with massive Egyptian wealth, Genesis 12:16 and Exodus 12:35. The author of Genesis is brilliantly showing the Israelite reader that God's rescuing character never changes across generations.
Do you know what? I didn't see it.
That's
but
so
I see it.
deep.
That is, wow. See the Bible, man. I didn't see it, but now I see it. It's like, yo, it was a preview.
I didn't see that.
It's like a pre-show.
And here we've got I will make you a great nation, seed and population.
Amen.
I will bless you, divine favor.
Amen.
And make your name great.
Amen.
Contrast to the builders of Babel, so that you will be a blessing. Purpose of election. So that's the purpose. So when God blesses you, there's actually a reason for it. It's not just for you to be...
Just to be Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Rolls-Roycing.
Not that God has anything wrong with Rolls Royces.
No,
it's just that there's
more
to it. Yeah. So I will bless those who bless you, divine protection, and him who dishonors you, I will curse, covenant defense. In you, all families of the earth shall be blessed. Redemptive scope. It's cool, man.
Yeah, my mind is blown, man. See the word. Famine causes them to go to Egypt. They take captive. There's plagues. They live loaded. Ooh, that's brilliantly done.
Do you want me to read the whole Jubilees restoration of Hebrew thing?
I'm interested. Mind you, like we said before, Jubilees take with a pinch of pepper.
Pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt, whatever spice you use, take with a small pinch of it because it's not...
Do you want me to actually read it from the Jubilees itself?
I mean, is Jubilee counted as the word of God?
Not...
At this point, it's just literature.
It's literature, but...
Just out of interest, just curiosity.
Okay, so it says, and I opened his mouth. This is Jubilees 12.
From whose perspective?
This is Jubilees. This is The Lord God said, yes, so
Okay.
this is Jubilees 12:25. Jubilees 12:25. And the Lord God said, open his mouth and his ears, that he may hear and speak with his mouth, with the language which has been revealed, for it had ceased from the mouths of all the children of men from the day of the overthrow of Babel. This is of Babel. And I opened his mouth and his ears and his lips, and I began to speak with him in Hebrew, in the tongue of the creation. And I opened his mouth. Oh, sorry. And he took the books of his fathers.
Hold on, did that duplicate itself twice?
Yeah, yeah. And he took the books. I told you this app is very questionable. And he took the books of his fathers, and these were written. Sorry. And he took, and I've probably been doing this all episodes. Sorry. And he took the books of his fathers, and these were written in Hebrew, and he transcribed them. And he began from henceforth to study them, and I made known to him that which he could not understand, and he studied them during the 6 rainy months. I think that's basically.
I need a lot more context. That just sounds like a block of text.
So this is after Abram renounced astrology and idolatry. Sorry.
Is this all
God
in
dispatched
in the
an
Jubilees?
angel to open Abram's lips and restore his ability to speak Hebrew. So basically, according to Jubilees 12:25-27, Abram renounced astrology and idolatry. God dispatched an angel to open Abram's lips and restore his ability to speak Hebrew, which the text claims was the original tongue of creation that had been lost to humanity since the collapse of Babel.
Where does this come into what we just read, though? What does it shine a light on? Or just him building the altars?
Yeah, basically.
Fascinating. It's fascinating. I'm particularly interested in the quote unquote lost books, or the books that never got included in the final version of the Bible because of one reason or the other. But it just begs the question, like, okay, so why did this get chosen over that?
Yeah. You know, like I'm quite open to like the Dead Sea Scrolls, because of those ones are pretty much part of the actual Bible. But
Which ones? What part of the Bible?
Genesis, I believe, the Old Testament.
Oh, the Genesis is from the Dead Sea.
I believe that. I believe that's confirmation of the authors and stuff like that.
So is it like effectively like commentary or like a
actual? It's just
complimentary.
I think it's literally more. I believe it's like more detailed versions as well, and it's pretty close to what we see, but it's in Hebrew. So
okay. Oh, what you're saying is what's been translated in our English Genesis is from that.
I believe so.
Fascinating.
That's these scrolls, not Jubilees though. I don't know what Jubilees is.
Jubilees. There's the Book of Enoch, which is another interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious to kind of dig into these.
There's quite a lot. So there's so there are. You've got.
Oh, there's even books from after Revelation. Fascinating.
Yeah, you got Judith. Additions to Esther.
The Wisdom of Solomon.
Eunuch.
The Letter of Jeremiah.
Jasher.
The Bell and the Dragon. Who's Bell?
I know. Sounds like Beauty and the Beast. But yes, so these ones, I'm not particularly sure about them. But the only reason why I sometimes look at Jubilees, or sometimes look at Enoch every now and then, even though that's also a question mark, is the reference to it sometimes in the Bible. Do you know what I mean? When it says, "Oh, you'll find this in blah blah blah," then I'm just like, okay, let me read it then.
It's true. I mean, they're there. I guess they're there for like for complimentary reading, for curious reading, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, like, obviously, the Holy Spirit is there to guide us in the sense of, like, you know that doesn't feel right, or you know that's not quite how it feels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Which comes back to my original point about said boy with his arms around this young lady's waist. My thing is, you don't even know if she had like a Sarai type of blessing on her, bruv. How do you know you're not messing up your own future?
That's very interesting.
Yeah, you should treat women with respect. If I see, it's just because we're gross. How I would have put the window down.
No.
Excuse me.
By
Do you
the
know
way,
who her father is, bruv?
You know when we met, right? So when we met, Mike and I, well, you already know that we were very young. So there was one phase. So I would say that we attempted to practice some form of, abstinence.
We did.
Yeah, we attempted. So there was 1 month when...
I think it was a week.
It was a week?
I think it was just
felt
a week.
long for me anyways. When Mike decided that we weren't going to kiss. This was during summer holidays, break, right?
Summer.
And I remember it very clearly.
To this day.
Because we'll be walking in the park and usually, we'll just be walking, just talking, whatever. And usually, we'll maybe just like have a smooch now and then. No!
I don't want to defile you.
I don't want to defile you. I'm like, looking at this guy like...
You better put them lips on my lips.
In my mind, I was thinking, okay, I understand that we're trying our best and I appreciate that we're behaving ourselves. I really appreciate that. But I would like just a smooch or just a pet or something, man.
I gave her a handshake.
He would literally shake my hand.
I'll take her to a door. I'm like, well...
He was shaking my hand. He wouldn't hug me. It was a very extreme experience.
It was very extreme. Her context was, an elder sat me down and told me how I should treat a woman and try my best not to defile her. Do not touch her was the word I was given. I was like, oh, let me please God, let me not touch her. So, the wrath of Sarai will not fall on me kind of thing. So for a good week, I really tried. I wanted to treat her like a lady. As I held your hand at least. I just wouldn't kiss her, or I definitely wasn't walking around with my hips on my hands on her hips. I'm just saying.
After that, it felt like a month. But after that week, apparently,
it was just a week.
After that week,
just a week. 5 days.
He definitely put his arms around my waist. This is
not in public though. Not in public is what I'm trying to say. Not in public.
Yeah, so it was really interesting because we got married. I'll say we dated for like 2 years.
2 years and
we got married. So
22. That's a whole podcast for itself.
Yeah. But yeah, so when Mike was acting outraged, I'm looking at him like,
don't you remember being that? Don't you remember when you were that age?
Yeah,
I do, but don't mean I can't be outraged by a manipulation.
No, I'm like face front.
Nah, man.
Mind your business.
It was too much for the public.
It really wasn't. By the way, guys,
it was loud. It was loud. If it was volume, it would be loud.
I promise you guys, he's definitely over-exaggerating.
Nah, it was loud.
This is the thing.
It was loud.
From my perspective, if they were snogging and it was, even if they were snogging, we should face front and we should not be watching. Okay?
My friend, there was no ring on any of their finger.
It's none of our business. Firstly, yeah. This is, by the way,
he's just treated like a little man.
By the way, this is my thing. I always say this. 1, we shouldn't assume anything because some people don't wear rings.
True.
1.
I mean, they were
2. And don't say that they look young because we got married very young.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
We got married very young too. So that's 2. 3, everybody's on their journey.
That's
yeah,
true.
Let's not free throwing rocks when everyone's in glass houses. True. Number 3. Number 4.
That's true.
Number 4.
It's true.
Yeah. Number 4. Wait, I've got number 4, but I can't remember number 4. But yeah, number 4. Mind your business. But the main thing is that we're all on our journey, and everyone has like their weaknesses. Like I remember when Mike tried to do that whole no kissing thing. He did not kiss me, did not hug me, and this is the thing. We weren't doing anything during that time. We were trying our best to be pretty kosher.
Oh,
I'm going to
good,
be honest
yeah,
with
man.
you. I'm going to be honest with you. So a hug, a kiss would have gone a long way. I just wanted a hug and a kiss, and even just a hug. To be frank, I wanted more the hug because I'm a hug. I like hugs, isn't it? I like a hug. Sometimes I just feel like I just want a hug. You know, I just want a hug. I just want a hug.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to defile you, isn't
And
it? I was
he
20.
was not even hugging. So the hugs, I think the hugs stressed me out. That stressed me out the most because I feel like there was times when I was being stressed because I felt a bit stressed because I think I had like started my one of my summer jobs at Waitrose. I was working in one branch in Waitrose, and I remember having a conversation with him. I was stressed for something. I don't know. Young 20s stress. I don't know what 20.
It was work.
There
It
was
was work.
There's stuff to be stressed about, Sha.
Yeah, it was work.
And I remember speaking to him, and I was just really stressed, and I just wanted a hug, and he wouldn't even give me a hug.
I don't want to defile you, man. My heart was in the right place. I didn't want to defile you, but I didn't want to defile you. That was my heart. The elder told me that you are a precious flower and I should treat you as
That
such.
same elder, by the way. I'm gonna swallow. That being said, though, that same elder was very, very judgmental about unnecessary things. Like I do think that I don't think that there's anything wrong judging per se, but I don't think that we should be judging. Do you know what I mean? Like I know that people say that Christians should be judging and should be accountable to each other.
You gotta take your look at your own eyes
But I
first.
do feel like there's a level of judgment that makes people lose sight of what they are doing, if you know what I mean. Like if you are so busy looking at everybody else, you forget what you're doing. You start to completely look like an idiot because you're so busy judging everyone else, but you are doing said things too. So it's kind of like focus on yourself, focus on your own personal walk. And I remember that particular elder, I've never dressed immodestly. You agree?
Not your style.
It's not my style. I don't have anything against anybody's style, personally. I don't have anything against anybody's style. But my style, and by the way, immodest is also questionable because when I say immodest, I've never dressed immodest. Some people might consider some people might consider the way that I dress immodest, depending on certain circles.
You just have to go on TikTok and look up modest dressing, and you see the different variations of modest dressing.
So I'd say obviously there's a spectrum when it comes to modesty. Whereas with me, I've always liked certain areas, certain parts of my body to be covered. It's just what I've always felt more comfortable about, and that's just the way how I dress. It's just the way that I choose to dress, and I haven't dressed like that even prior to being born again. To be honest, like I remember my mum used to always say to me that I dressed like a Jehovah's Witness. That was always like a thing that was like an inside family thing, since it was my choice. As soon as I had my own personal funds to buy my own clothes, I'll choose to buy clothes that would cover certain parts of my body. So I've never dressed in a way that I would say warrants any form of scrutiny. I then this elder decided that somehow
you weren't dressed
wasn't dressed modestly. This was very outrageous to me. And I remember speaking because that was the first time in my life ever hearing that. And I remember, and this elder, the reason why she felt the need to say it to me is because she said that she believed that I was called to do blah, 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 and I was a representative of blah, 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 all this stuff. And she felt like the way that I carried myself. And here's the thing, I think the way that you carry yourself for the Lord, yeah? But regardless, because you're covered by the blood of Jesus, he sees you as squeaky clean. You can be walking around with, a bikini and pom-pom shorts. Either way, he sees you as squeaky clean. He loves you. It's about the heart. That's what it is. But regardless, she was like, you represent him because, you're called for this, la, 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 blah, blah, blah. I then decided I was going to consult another elder just for a second opinion, because I was thinking, this is strange. I've never heard this in my entire life. Let me get a second opinion. The thing is, at the time, after having that conversation, I listened, I didn't respond, I didn't react. And I spoke and I prayed and I was like, Lord, I don't believe I've dressed immodestly. Have I? I felt very much in my spirit a peace. Yeah. I spoke to another elder who was very closely connected to said elder. And that elder was like, you dress so perfectly. You present yourself so well. And, you know, you're a great example to the women in the church. I was like, how about that?
Yeah.
So it then led me to just come to my conclusion that that particular elder wanted to just annoy me. Basically, just be extra. She just wanted to be extra. And I was just like, okay, cool, that's fine. Because I felt at peace. I was like, Lord, am I dressing in a way?
That's what matters as well. Is what you have a relationship with God. So like he could say, yeah, she right or no.
Yeah. And the thing is, there's been times, like there was one particular time when I went for a phase. This is a tangent, but whatever. I went for a phase when I was wearing a certain style, because I was like, because I had been going to gym, blah blah blah, and I was like, I'm gonna just dress a certain way, whatever. I've been dressing modestly for all my life. I'm just gonna be wild, yeah. So
her version of wild wasn't even that wild.
So I decided that I was going to dress a particular way. Cool. I then felt in my spirit that the Lord told me to chill.
So cool.
And then I spoke to Mike. I was like, I think God's told me to chill. He's told me variations of how I can present said outfits.
And the guidelines were this.
Yeah. And then that was it. This is why it's so good to have like a personal relationship with the Lord. Yeah. You just, you do what you do. But yeah.
Yeah.
But that particular elder was definitely out just to cause headache in my body.
Obviously, I was young, very moldable and very, what's the term? Very impressionable.
I mean,
I
get it though.
But now, I think as I got older, I think what it was her instructions weren't as clear as they should have been for someone like myself.
Because you're very literal.
For me, it's black and white. I sometimes I see the grey, but it's black or
Mike
black
is very
white.
literal. I don't think there's ever grey.
There's very seldom. There's very seldom grey parts. I'll be like, but technically,
I've been with Mike for 17 years. If I tell Mike, I like these pair of shoes,
I'm gonna get you every single color of that same pair of shoes.
That's it. He won't find different brands. He won't find different variations. He would literally specifically get just that.
That comes from somewhere though. You know where we know where that comes from. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I'm very literal. So if you say this, I'm going to take it as face value. That's what you meant by this. Because for me, in the past, if I've tried to hover in the grey, I would have got it wrong. And I'd be like, you know what? Maybe it's just safer. Let me just take the person what they said. But I think as I got older and I think back at that conversation, I think the conversation was more about behave yourself.
Yeah, about behave yourself. About be like, because the advice, if she gave you the advice a bit more, because I think that the issue with elders is they dance around subjects too much instead of being honest. Like I prefer a frank conversation. Let's talk about sex. Say it as is.
Yeah.
Frank conversation.
Yeah.
You should not have it. Do you know what sex is? Do you know what I mean? Like very, very simple.
Do you know the implications spiritually, physically, medically?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are conversations. Like I feel like some elders, they're not as forthcoming. They want to dance around the subject.
She told it in such a grey way
that
I had to pick some black out of it and some white out and be like, okay, I'm not gonna even hug her then.
And this is the thing. It's like if more young people were giving proper guidance on how to practice like purity and abstinence and all this type of stuff, like because one of our friends, she's doing a courtship and it seems like the process, they've been very
The church.
Yeah, the church. They've provided structure, and that's helped them follow it through properly. And I feel like if every church helps the young people have that structure with the guidance, with this is what's acceptable, this is what's unacceptable, here's a chaperone or here's whatever, or whatever they want to do, then it allows for the young people to feel a bit more comfortable to kind of find the grey in the areas, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're dancing around the subject, then you're now trying to figure out the truths.
And you, as a 20-year-old, you're going to pick out what you believe is the truth. Mind you, no life experience, really, you know?
Yeah. So I feel like if somebody was to speak to me, like I've spoken to quite a few young people, I'll speak to like quite a few young girls, and I'll say to them, try your best to, stay away from doing X, Y, and Z. And I'll be very transparent with what they should stay away from doing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat around the bush. There's no need to beat around the bush. At the end of the day, people are going to put, the world's going to put it in front of them. They might as well have it put in front of them in a safe space.
Yeah, that's true. I think if I was to see that boy and I was given the opportunity to talk to him.
But he's not.
Said boy with hands around his chick's waist as they're walking. I'll just be like, listen, bro.
By the way, I personally don't think that the boy did anything wrong.
I'm a man, you're a woman. We see things differently. I saw the way he was holding the hips. He's holding them hips.
Very possessively.
Very possessive. Very possessively, very sensually. And we're out in public.
I mean, I don't think...
That's what I saw it. It's the way my 4 eyes saw it. Okay? I'm just saying. But I think like... I think you're right. I think there's a conversation about... Not like... There's a conversation about modesty. As in treat your other half with respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me, my wife... We've been married for we've been together for over 17 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is our 15th year of marriage.
Brap, thank the Lord in heaven. Do you know what I mean? But even so, like, there are elements of like where I will touch her in public that I will not touch her. That the way that I'll touch her in public compared to how I'll touch her at home, if you know what I'm saying. There's just ways of just protecting those moments. Those are moments.
I do think that that's a cultural thing, though. Like I think that because me and you, we look at things and we're like, oh, that's a bit tacky, isn't it? That's just how we are. We look at things and we're like, oh, it's a bit much, or a bit. Where's the decorum in that? Where's the decorum? But some cultures are a bit more liberal. Some cultures are a bit more PDA.
There's PDA and there's PDI. That one was PDI. Like the way it was, what I saw it was just like it was. Like I said, the only way I can describe if it was volume, it would have been loud. It was loud, like 20, 24 decibels.
I think a snog is loud, but I think that
a snog is very loud. And then even though I have got no problem with public kissing,
but
guys, there's
we're
levels.
literally just talking about hands on the waist. We're literally just talking about
because it was very much for the streets, man. It was too much for the streets.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's only because I'm that type of person that snaps my camera out. But it's for me,
not even that deep.
To me, it was just like I just told the guy like, calm down. We're in public.
What if that was his wife?
If it was his wife, then I would stand back.
So that's why you should find. That's why it's so important for you to mind your own business. Because what if that was his wife? Just imagine if you decided that you were going to hold my waist and we're walking on the streets, and somebody came to you. And you happen to leave your ring at home.
No, my ring never get... This ring.
Well, hypothetically speaking, you forgot your ring.
What am I taking on my ring for?
Hypothetically speaking, you forgot your ring at home. Yeah?
This is hypothetical.
Hypothetically.
Very unlikely.
Because I've seen you before, you cream your hands, you take off your ring to
cream
your hands.
My hands, I'll put my finger like this. Well, cream them. You shouldn't do this, right? And I put my ring back on. Only one time, and this is why.
So now that one time, let's just use that example. That one time we're walking on the street, and then your arms around my waist, and an auntie goes, "Is she your wife?"
I don't think we're a good example because people say we look alike, so we look like husband and wife anyway.
We do not look alike.
Everyone says it. Everyone and their dog has said it.
Right.
I think we look like a pair anyway.
But somebody said, "Hey, do you know biblically, if one consummates a marriage, technically that's marriage."
Mm-hmm. When Jesus told that chick she got seven husbands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably because she had been with.
So you're saying that boy, that's his wife?
You never know.
Well, guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never. I just think for me, it was
When
just
people
a
talk
little
about
bit
soul ties, this is why you shouldn't be out here just knowing people that you
not
don't
people
know.
that you don't know.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
say this very often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah.
Yeah.
So you need your face for.
Maybe
Babe,
I'm just
do you
getting
know how
old.
many
Maybe I'm
times-
just getting old,
the
and
only-
I'm just outraged.
The only time when because I mean, I have moments when I get into my auntie mode as well, and one of those things, I was talking about like dressing and blah blah blah, but I have a specific pet peeve, and it's none of my business. I've already established that, but it still doesn't change anything. I have a specific pet peeve when I see children that are like
that
look
much.
like they're 10 years old,
It's too
maybe, or
much.
something, and they wear belly tops.
I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
And I don't know why it bothers me so much.
Because I often want to go to the parent and give the parent a piece of my mind of why are you letting your baby dress like this?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like,
but
we have to obviously mind our own business, teach their own. But I just feel like when they're that age, there's so many other options.
There's so much fashion out there for kids.
Yeah.
Why would you give them the less fashion?
And the thing is just like, the options are vast. You go to shops, and sometimes I look at the kids' clothes, I'm thinking, I wish this wasn't kids. I wish that there was an adult version of this. Forces me to just decide, well, I'm just going to make one.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the kids' options seem to be even better than the adult version. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why little 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, sometimes you use little kids and they're just out here with belly tops. I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Especially because maybe social media has just made it extra loud because we know there are crazy individuals out there who love the sight of that.
Yeah, there are weird people out there. Some people are so weird. And now you've put your child like this and people are weird. There's some weird people outside, man.
Cover them up.
But yeah, anyways, that's just a small pet peeve.
That's not even an age thing. I think that's just decency.
Yeah.
That's just ethics.
Just protect your children.
You know what I mean?
Protect your children. But anyways, that's obviously a pet peeve. It's none of my business because we clothe our kids.
You don't see our children walk around no top on.
I mean, our kids are dressed. I mean, we've got 2 boys and they just reasonably, personally. But, we're going to mind our business. None of our business. It's not our kids. But
we'll pray for those families. Yeah.
It feels like this has been a very complainy episode, isn't it?
Yeah, I blame the kids, man. Their parents. Fellow parents out there, you know what if you know, you know.
The thing is, we love them. Like there was a Threads, there was a whole Threads thing, a thread. There was a thread. Sorry. Basically, this person wrote, share your petty reasons for choosing not to have children. So this thread was full of so many people.
People who don't have children.
Yeah, and why they choose to not have children. So this thread was full of so many really, really funny, I'm not going to lie, stuff. And I was...
What were some of them?
Some of them was like, I don't want to wake up too early. I don't like waking up early. Remember, the whole thing was petty reasons for not... Yeah. And then under most of the things, I was on the toilet. Guys, so sorry. I should be reading a book, but I was reading threads. So basically, I was responding to these things. And one person said, I don't like waking up early. And I wrote, well, unless it's during the week, you have to wake up early for work anyway.
You're waking up early anyway.
Unless you don't work. But that's a different conversation.
That's different.
But on the weekends, we don't wake up early. Do you wake up early?
I don't wake up early.
I don't wake up early.
I sure don't wake up early.
I definitely don't wake up early. When they were babies, that's a different story.
It's a very, very small window in time.
Very small window in
comparison.
time. Now, there's something called making your children learn how to do things themselves. Okay? Independence. They want to be independent anyway. So no, it's true.
The minute they're like, no, I would do it myself. Okay, do it then.
Yourself then. So
this is how to do it.
We've got a nearly 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. They know how to use the air fryer very, very well.
Yeah.
They know how to make themselves breakfast very, very well.
Yeah.
Are they waking us up?
They know how to use a toasty maker.
They know how to use a toasty maker.
A toaster.
They know how to toast
a microwave.
They know how to use a microwave. They actually even know how to use an oven to an extent as well.
They know how to use an oven.
Yeah. So really and truly, there is no reason for us to be
They know how
woken
to
up.
make certain pastries for themselves.
They do.
They can make pizzas because they've been taught all that at school. Thank God.
Thank God.
What else? They can survive for at least the morning.
They can survive at least to lunchtime.
They can survive to at least lunchtime.
At least.
They can survive. As long as there's bread and there's certain things in the house, they're good.
And if we're completely... Because the thing is, Mike and I have a tendency of working very late sometimes. So if we're very, very tired, obviously we try our best not to do this. But if we're very, very tired, they know because we cook in bulk. So worst case scenario, they know that there's always going to be some jollof rice, fried rice, rice and stew. If they need to, they can put something in the microwave. Honestly,
they have no excuse to be hungry.
They've got no excuse to be hungry.
They know how to go to the toilet for themselves. They know how to wash themselves. They know how to brush their teeth. They know how to pick clean clothes. Yep. Bruv. They were independent. They were only dependent on us in that respect, waking up early for 3-4 years of your life?
No, because I think they've been independent for the past couple of years now.
Yeah, okay. So maybe what we're saying is in the grand scheme of these children's lives, it's a very, very small window where you're waking up early by force.
I think that if you're still doing all of these things for your children, you're doing them at the service because you need them.
They have to be a certain age.
Yeah. So what you like?
Seven-ish.
When I was your age.
7, I went to collect water. I was getting the cow ready. I was chasing the chicken, I was making stew. I was ironing clothes. I was sewing clothes. I was fixing cars. I was building houses.
These boys know how to do the laundry.
I was washing clothes with my bare hands.
We were washing bare hands. All they have to do is put it in the washing machine.
That's it, bro.
Honestly, really.
Takes 2 minutes.
Literally, all they need to do is... So one of the things that we said we're not going to contribute useless people to society.
No.
We're not.
Not our children.
Not our children.
There ain't got to be no woman's problem.
Nope. These boys know how to look after themselves. They know how to do things. Most people, they've watched me cook jollof rice a couple of times. They've watched you cook and bake and all that stuff. Some now and then we'll let them do small bits when we're baking and cooking. Washing rice. They'll wash rice. I'll do it again. But it's just doing certain things like that, making them wash rice, making them watching us when we blend. Building independence. At the end of the day, it's very important for them to grow to be independent men. That they're not out here telling people, "Oh, I only want to marry somebody that can cook because I can't cook." God forbid.
Your father can cook. What's the problem, fam?
So,
anyways,
I was on this thread. I saw it. I was like, okay, that's interesting. I was responding to everything because I'm very proud of my boys. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're worn out, but I'm very proud of them.
Tomorrow morning they'll wake up. I'll kiss them on the forehead.
Yeah, because we love them.
Good morning, son. How you doing? You sleep well? Yeah. Mwah. Let's go and get this work done then.
We do love them. But I was looking at all of it. And I'm like, you're missing out. Because the thing is, I do see... I'll never encourage somebody to have kids if they don't want to have kids.
Yeah, you need to want it.
You need to want it. So I was not on that thread trying to convince people. Because I was like, do you, boo? Because somebody like, I don't want to have to put my whole schedule... I don't want to change my schedule because of a child. Do you, boo? Do you, boo?
You're going to change it for your boss?
Somebody wrote, because it's all petty reasons, isn't it? They're like, I don't want... my body to be ruined. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I miss my stomach, like my old stomach. But my kids, I get to look at my beautiful boys' faces. I'm like, you know what? The stomach's not even worth it that much. But they're beautiful, amazing kids.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Kids are a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but we are very
in all spectrums of the word.
Yeah, because the thing about beauty is. It's layered.
It's in the eye of the beholder.
We thank God for their lives. We're grateful.
Yeah. Many people want kids,
Yeah. That's what we say to
remind ourselves, people want children.
Yeah.
They don't have children yet. They want to be annoyed by their children.
They do. And it's a privilege. It's definitely a privilege.
It's an honor. You see the way this guy will take the mick out of me when their mother's not in the room? Hey! Today, I was like, you guys need to stop doing that. And our youngest was like, num, 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 ha, 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 num, 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 num. I'm like, who are you talking to, bruv? That's how I get up. Who are you talking to, bruv? Nothing, I didn't say anything.
When I hear him from upstairs saying, who are you talking to, bruv? I already know that is not going to be good. It's not going to be good for
Because I'm
anybody.
telling him off and he's like, oh no, num 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 num. I'm like, what is this num 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 business? So you know what? Maybe I was being petty today. I gave them the task of tidying up the living room because they've created all this foam anyway.
We still had to clean it up.
And I gave them an hour. I gave them 1 hour in 20-minute chunks. And I said, if it's not ready in 20 minutes, fam, I'm taking away this.
When I start hearing bro, when I start hearing fam, I already know that they've messed up. Like when he gets, when the proper South London comes out, I already know they've messed up. He's like, who you talking? When we say, who you talking to, bro?
Who you talking to, fam?
Who you talking to, fam? I was like, oh, they're in trouble.
I started saying, and I don't know why I catch myself saying this, do I look like one of your little friends? Am I one of your little friends?
Oh, I was like, oh, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. They're in trouble.
Anyways, they didn't get the job done, so I took away the Saturday. Is what is.
They're
They'll
probably
work it
grounded.
back.
That being said, they're grounded on Saturday. What are the plans on Saturday? I'm pretty sure that we're out like all Saturday.
Are we out on Saturday?
I think we are out all Saturday.
I hate when the granny doesn't come to plan. I need to teach him the lesson of don't mess with me, bro. Don't even try it.
Whenever I hear bro, I'm just like, oh no. He's angry.
I'm not the one that says bros, but one blessing like, what are you saying, bro? Her bro is more pronounced, bro. I'm like, ooh, you're fit enough. Because let's be honest, my forbearance is a lot lower than your forbearance.
Yeah, I've got high forbearance.
You've got high forbearance levels. I told you we're going to start using forbearance levels. My smug face.
We use forbearance in all our
yes.
everyday language now.
Episode 1, forbearance.
Since then, we've been using
There we
forbearance.
go. But I think the thing with me is I don't like rubbish, and the boys like to take the mick with their mother. But I think that's a boy thing. I know I did the same.
I
thing to
don't
my
even
mother.
notice it.
I notice it, and I'm like, you're there fully running games on my wife. Wow.
I don't even notice it.
I just put
I'm
end
just
to it,
like,
like, don't do that.
And it's interesting because I remember we had one conversation. I know that we've probably
Spoken your ears off already, but it's fine.
I remember
We're trying to store up the hours for you.
I remember when we were having a conversation in the car. There was one conversation we were having in this car. Was it in the car? I remember we were in the car. It was
Probably in the car. We had lots of conversation in the car.
No, but this is before we had kids, and we didn't really have we didn't really have a car back then. But it was no. It was before we sold because we had this small A-class, tiny car that we bought for like £600.
Love that car. Love that car.
Was it £900? £900. So
bargain.
So we bought this car for £900, and we rarely drove it because we were living in London at the time. And I remember that we were in the car, and we were talking about when we have kids in the future. Because kids, we weren't even close to having kids at this point.
No.
But we were, because I think at the time we were like 1 year into marriage, isn't it? Or 2 years. So we were talking about having kids. And Mike said that he felt I was going to be the strict one. Do you remember?
I do remember.
Mike said that I was going to be the strict one because I don't like what I hate, and I just, it's just what
but
it is.
when it comes to these kids,
They're my babies, man. Like the thing is about the boys, they're just an extension of me, isn't it? They're like just little me's roaming this world. They're my babies.
they're my babies too. They're little me's too, and that's because they're little me's. That's why I'd be like, no, bro, behave yourself, fam.
Yeah, but when I remember that conversation because Mike was so adamant that I was going to be the strict one.
Yeah, look how the tables have turned.
And the thing is, I'm not even remotely the strict one.
I
I have moments when
the boys have moments. They have.
But they would really have to push me to get.
They've pushed it. And when mum gets to that point, I too just sit back like, well, you done put your foot in it now.
Because whenever they've really messed up, they come to me to try to convince daddy to let them off. But I'm like, no, you guys have been taking a mick, mate.
Really, then this is the thing. I think they take. I'm not thinking about it. They take the mick more with me than they do with you. Why is that? They take the mick with you.
They don't get a reaction from me. They get a reaction from you.
It's because of the reaction I give them.
Because I don't. Sometimes I'm just ignoring them.
So if the younger one goes, if the baby goes, if you just told him off and he went num 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 num.
I don't even notice it. You know what's funny as well, yeah. So they will go to Mike and be like, can I just put my hand on your head? You know, because and then Mike would just be like, I don't know where your hand's been because you've been
I
touching
don't know
all
where
this.
the hands are because I've been watching the way they be playing. I'm like, ooh. I'm gonna have to go wash my head straight afterwards because I only have skin. I don't have the
They're
luxury
just
of
like,
having
oh,
hair.
I just want to touch the skin. I just want to touch the skin.
Go
Can I
wash your
touch your
hands,
hand?
innit?
You go wash your hands.
Go
Then.
wash hands and
Whereas with me, they're like, they don't bother even asking these days. They just hug me and they just, Mummy's hair is so nice.
because you have hair. No problem. If you had to clean, then I just feel hands on my head.
Like, they're just like, can I touch your hair? And they go,
It's so soft. I'm like, Of course, I've got no hair. Are you done? I'm still just wanted to feel around. Yeah. Okay, all done now. I love your hair, Daddy. Thank you, son. That's literally how it is.
that's literally it.
And then I feel a slight itch and I get better paranoid. Like, oh, my head is itching.
I'm gonna
I just see the way they play. Yeah. And I also feel they enjoy trolling me.
Yeah, but I think
Nom.
Yeah.
It's a troll, fam. That's a troll. It's a
yeah,
troll, isn't it?
yeah.
So
But
I grounded them.
That's Mateus, though.
I grounded them. And
Mateus,
then the elder one, Ivan, he does leg it on as well. They're just both laughing. I'm thinking, you guys, you have no fear of your father.
no.
I could not do that to my own. But it's like, bruv, I'm telling you off and you're laughing. Anyways, like we said, tomorrow will be a new day. I'll see them in the morning.
The love is always sweet and fresh in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, unless someone has woken us up prematurely, which is not very nice sometimes, but hey, petty reason not to have kids.
Honestly, I have no regrets. I love my kids.
Yeah, man.
I love my babies.
Yeah, man, that's it. People want children. They want this. And when you have it, let's exchange notes.
That's important. I think support groups are needed. Support
You
groups.
shouldn't parent alone.
You need a village, man. It needs a village. Just for mental health support.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Okay.
This is usually not what we do, but I think it's just because
We do this every single episode.
What moaning about the kids?
Okay, no. We haven't moaned about something, but never used our children.
We've never I don't. This is
But this is summer holidays, so you might get the odd one.
Yeah,
or
but
two.
I think we're gonna try to keep this to a minimal. We don't want, but this is not a parent show.
It's
This
true.
is a Bible study show.
It's true, but God gave children with their arrows in our quiver, so we can,
What does that mean?
God's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I get my Bible out.
Get your
This is
Bible
a
out.
quick Bible study.
Yeah.
Proverbs, Psalms, Proverbs. Paraphrase. God blesses blesses parents with children, and he describes them as arrows in the quiver. You know, like a bow and arrow, and then you've got the bag leaf
To send them out there.
Yeah.
You send them out. Okay, fair enough.
So obviously, the more children you have, the more arrows you have.
Yeah,
But that's a technicality.
we only have 2 babies.
Yeah.
But honestly, 2 they're like 5.
They're like 5. And I don't know what it's like to have 5, but it feels like a lot. So I can only imagine if we had 5.
I'm grateful for our 2. Very
Once
content.
upon a time, I wanted 5.
Yeah, but I'm very
I was
content.
young.
Very content. Very content.
Me
Very,
too. I'm
very grateful.
very
grateful.
content. I think I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah, very grateful.
Once upon a time, I was very young. Disclaimer: I wanted 5, and that was the conversation person had. Actually, I wanted 6 initially, isn't it? And then we kind of landed at 5. Bless was like,
He said he.
Okay, I wanted 5, and then we compromised at 4.
He.
You agreed to let's see.
I said let's see. I didn't say yes.
To me, that's yes. Let's see. That's the great, you see. Let's see. 4. And then Ivan came into the world and it was beautiful. It was lovely. And I was like, first year, okay, let's do 3. And then second year of Ivan, I was like, do you know what? Let's just give him a sibling. And I think I can agree because she always wanted 2, so she ended up winning anyway. And then, we had 2. But I'm content. And I'm thinking, how did I ever want 5? It's a lot. Kids are a lot.
Funny enough, obviously now they're older. We should have, if we were ever going to have this conversation, it would have been when they were because I would have preferred them to be more closer in age.
This is when Bless is going to announce to the world that she's changed her mind, that she wants 2 more now.
Oh, definitely not. But I'm saying that if our mindset, because now I'm like, oh, now they're self-sufficient, it's lovely, la la la. It would have been nice to maybe have one that was just an extra, just a third.
Look at that.
Do you know what I mean? But now that they're so old, I don't want to. We don't want to start all over again. It's like
This has come too far.
It's just we've come too far.
It would have been 10 years of parenting.
It would have been better if it was like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 2-year age gap.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Maybe give it 3 years, then start another.
Yeah,
one.
like for example, when Mateus was 3.
Yeah.
It would have made sense if we wanted it to have 3. But at the time, our mindset was definitely like, no. But now that they're older, it's kind of like, oh, it would have been nice if we had a third or fourth. Nice, yeah. But I'm honestly, I'm like, but now I'm just like 2. That's fine.
I feel we're content.
Yeah, we're very, very content.
We're very content.
Very content.
Plus, just before we go, God only gave Abraham Isaac, and he's the father of nations.
True.
And we've got Isaac.
Well, let's not forget Ishmael, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
True.
But obviously nobody's talking about
Isaac was
Ishmael.
the promised child, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then,
it's true.
It's true. But Ishmael's there too. So yeah, he had 2 technically as well.
Let's not forget Ishmael.
Yeah, can't forget Ishmael. Poor enough Ishmael.
Anyways, because I remember, I know we need to go, but I remember we were I was having a conversation with the boys. We were talking about Ishmael, and then when in the Bible it's like your only son, Isaac, and Ivan was like,
but Ishmael.
What about Ishmael? That's his first son.
Yes, but it's not the promise.
Yeah, we're like, oh man, justice for Ishmael, man.
Yeah, justice for Ishmael, man. It showed that Abraham everything was still working. It's just God had a promise.
Yeah. But yeah, guys.
Yeah,
okay,
that would have been a new study in itself. But we're gonna get there because it's still Genesis.
It's true.
Give it a few more episodes.
Okay, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man.
I love this for us.
Let's go,
guys. Honestly, I'm so sorry for talking your ear off, and I did not anticipate it was going to be this long.
I did.
Really? Because we're probably going to be up for like another couple of hours.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Wow, that's the time.
Exactly. Oof. Yeah. Thankfully, we just drank coffee, which is not ideal.
That's why we're proper away.
Yeah.
Oh. That's probably why we drank the coffee, so we wouldn't be so...
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Now we've got to pay the consequences of drinking coffee.
At night time.
Adulting.
We thank God. We thank God for work.
Yes.
So, guys, remember to love the Lord with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and lean not on your own understanding, and love your neighbor as you love yourself.
And behave yourself.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.